Hello and welcome to the newspaper review here on TAF TV. Of course, this is where we analyze and dissect trending and catchy headlines every day. I am Obed Jerry, your host for today. And yes, we are the streets of Port Harcourt under this hot weather. I know you are feeling heat. I am feeling the heat also. Yes, we are the streets of Port Harcourt to discuss newspaper headlines with people on the streets. You get to hear what they have to say as regards the headlines making rounds on the papers. And you can also be a part of the show. Do well to subscribe, turn on the notification button, connect with us across all our social media platforms so that as you are not here to discuss with us, you'll be receiving notifications and you'll be dropping your comments in the comment section. Well, before we discuss with people, let's get to see what the papers on the stories look like. Now, let's start with this day newspaper. We could see as headline says, fresh crisis hits Labour Party. Treasurer accuses national chairman of fraud. Sub-story is under that reads, says Abure forged late predecessor's signatures, audited account to INEC. Another sub-story under that reads, party reacts, says accuser under international external influence. So details of the story is found on page 25. Nigeria, UK to sign enhanced trade investment partnership agreement today. Details is found on page 26. Electricity Act, partner government on renewable energy. Akpabio tax investors. Details is found on page 6. Current hardship caused by economic security challenges. PDP governors declare. Sub-stories under that reads CAN, optimistic of better days. Sub-story again under that reads Kano Emir expresses worry over situation. Senate asks governors to share grain to citizens. This is of the story is found on page 25. You can see at the main story here reads South Africa's president Ramaphosa mourns Wigwe, says he was with his country's continental partner. Sub-story under that read Diri Oberovri, Peterside, Chikeobi, CIBN, others pay tributes to deceased. Wigwe University pledges to run with founder's vision. Access Holdings name Ms. Bolaji Agbede acting CEO. Details is found on 25 also of the This Day newspaper. Dakwa Abiodun consoling late Herbert Wigwe's parents. Alleged $6 billion fraud. Agunloye asks court to decline jurisdiction. Details is found on page 27. That's all we'll be taking on This Day newspaper. And moving on, we'll be looking at the Nation's newspaper. We could see as headline here reads Access Holdings awaits CBN's nod for Agbede as CEO. Details is found on page 29. Payment of wage award for federal workers resume. Sub-stories under read Ministers Labour meet. Details is found on page 4. Asaba regents installed. 7-day mourning declared in Asaba. Details is found on page 3. Airpeace begins Lagos-New York flights. Details of this story is found on page 7. 5 directors for CBN board. Details is found on page 7. Alcohol in big bottles not banned, says NAFDAC. Yes, we've heard they made a clarification on that it's only sachets and mini drink size alcohol drinks that have been banned, not the ones on bigger bottles, because those smaller ones are being affordable for the minorities that are not supposed to consume it. Those little children that see that, okay, this drink is just 60, 70, 80 naira, and they know it's an amount that they can afford. So it makes them abuse this alcohol. So the bigger ones are not on ban, says NAFDAC. Details of this story is found on page 5. Emefiele $6.2 million trial. Buhari's signature forged, says ex-Secretary General of the Federation. Sub-stories under that read Boss Mustafa disowns approval authorizing CBN to pay foreign observers during 2023 polls. Another sub-story under that read 3 forgery suspects watch listed by Interpol. Federal government files charges in court. If you want to know more of the story, please pick a copy of the Nation's newspaper and turn into page 2. We could see as headline here reads Federal government knocks PDP governors for failing as leaders. Sub-story under that reads they've done nothing to promote agriculture. This is found also on page 2. No record of fund recovered between 2016 to 2019, says report. Details is found on page 4. Tinubu showers Eagle with land, flats, national honors. Details is found on page 31. That's a very good one to at least motivate the Super Eagles for their efforts. And we see as headline reads Anambra declares female lawyer wanted. Details is found on page 5. Kinsmen urge Jonathan to intervene in crisis. Details is found on page 5 also, and that's all we're taking on the Nation's newspaper. And lastly, for the papers for today, we'll be looking at the Punch newspaper. We will see as headline reads Wigwe crash reports ready March. Kinsmen declare 8-day mourning. Sub-story under that reads the Bryce undergoing lab test. Amosun Ondo boss. Bank MDs mourn linked bank chief. Details is found on page 31. Soyinka to deliver Punch 50th anniversary lecture, February 29th. Details of the story is found on page 8. We can see how the main story here reads cost of living, federal government, NLC meeting deadlocked. Bakers threatened shut down. Sub-stories under that reads strike will go ahead. Federal government negotiations not fruitful. NLC leaders insist. Federal government warn against unrealistic demand as Labour seeks yearly pay rise. Details of the story is found on page 2. Tinubu gives Eagle land, houses, national honor after AFCON. A very big one again. Details of the story is found on page 45. Track bandits with biometric systems. Senate tells security chiefs. Details is found on page 43. Family seeks justice as police probe Rivers graduate's death. Details is found on page 5. Obaseki eyes lithium mining to boost forex revenue. Details is found on page 36. And that's all we'll be taking on the papers for today. Now let's get to see the reactions of people on the streets. Let's get to hear what they have to say on the headlines on the papers. All right, good morning.
Morning, my brother.
I would like your thoughts on this story on the Punch newspaper that says Wigwe crash report ready match. Kinsmen declare 8-day mourning.
You know what happened in this particular crash here? A crash has been happening.
Exactly.
But this particular one, in fact, is something that we cannot phantom out. But to me, as a child of God, I believe it's Wigwe, as a man and a businessman, is a light to that local government.
Exactly.
And
even
you know,
to Rivers
yes, even to Rivers, even Nigeria at large. So as a light, and I tell everybody, both Christian and any other person, that as long as you are a light, you are a target to Satan the devil.
Exactly.
So actually what happened to this young man and his family is a manipulation of Satan. Manipulation. They manipulated him. And Satan is not happy that this man comes to help his people, provide such university, bring light to the community. And you know what light is all about. But it's unfortunate that his own type of light allows the devil, his own type of light allows darkness to cover it. Because as children of God, we are light of the world, and we overcome the devil by all means. So do you understand? So I don't actually know what transpired, but all I can say, let God give his family a fortitude to bear for such a loss.
Exactly. Now, from another angle, we know that he was a CEO of Access Bank. And you know, it was because of him that most persons are patronizing the bank. Now that he's there, what do you have to say? Some persons are scared that their money would be at risk and all that.
It's always like that. In banking system, most bankers, especially the managers, how do they make their money? They make their money from the bereaved family. The moment you keep your money in the bank, the moment the person dies.
And some of these persons do not even inform their next of kin.
Yes, some of them don't have next of kin. And most of the money put in the bank, like as a EFCC chases some of them, it cannot easily identify the owner of the money. You understand? They use brothers and sisters and they invest in the bank. So what we are saying now, every individual who run a bank business have this risk of losing his money in the bank because the bank managers are not sincere. Do you understand? It's just like when my father died. I give you an example. We went to bank to get his money. You understand? They didn't give us an opportunity. We don't have access to the assets except we go to the court. So court can provide an enabling environment before we can get our money in the bank. So such a system in the bank should be abolished in Nigerian's bank.
Like how should it be?
How should it be that they should make a provision of if somebody dies.
So far, any of the family members?
Yes, any of the family members. The one of a next of kin. What if you don't have a next? Okay, like the man died, the wife died, the son died. Assuming he doesn't have any other person, and these are the people he put as a next of kin, that money has lost. He cannot achieve to get that money. Exactly. So that's what I mean by they should look at an alternative of reclaiming our money from the bank.
All right, now let's deviate a little bit. Let's look at this headline. It says, cost of living, federal government, Nigerian Labour Congress meeting deadlock. Bakers threaten shutdown.
If you come to Labour as an organization, I just feel that they are not effective in Nigeria.
Like they used to be before?
They used to be. So, in fact, everything about Labour has been politicized. Ordinarily, during the time of Adam Oshomile, the former governor of what is it called? Edo State. Do you understand me? The man who hold Obasanjo at ransom, hold him instantly when he was when he was a Labour chairman. So this new chairman, they are all about it for their own stomach's sake. They are not fighting for individuals. So I feel that Labour should be scrapped out because they are not fighting for the benefit of the people. They are only fighting.
Restructure them.
Yeah, or if they don't want to scrap them out, they should restructure them. Let them know their team of being Labour chairman because the motive of formation of Labour this thing is defeated in Nigeria. because they don't have solution. If they want to go on strike, they should automatically go on strike. You don't need to, because the dialogue between them and the federal government does not work out, and the masses are suffering it. They talk about adding more salary to workers, but up till now, no avail. So I feel that the labor should rearrange themselves and sort out the solution by which they should agree with local government. Yes, for the benefit.
You know that the economy has gotten very high.
Yes, like now.
So the salaries are
if you watch now, the high cost of living is very, very high in Nigeria. Exactly. Many people cannot afford 3,000 meal a day. Do you understand? And the government, in their own aspects, should also do the needful. It's not being a government. It's not only being a government. You should also provide a solution to the citizenry so that we will now know that the government are helping the citizens. So that's what I have to say about labor.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'd like your thoughts on this newspaper that says current hardship caused by economic security challenges PDP governors declare.
Okay, so now I am one of the masses.
Exactly.
With frustration and stranded, because I really know that stranded is the mother of frustration.
Exactly.
And poverty is frustration. And when somebody don't reach that stage of frustration, is madness. I am one of the group of mad people in Nigeria after my education, and I am already professor. But my professor took me to wheelbarrow work now. And also, I have tell my junior ones, year 2000, and now they are line up with me, the same stranded, no work. That is why I am asking, is on a president with his own senses that he doesn't do what back up education, like industry and facility, industry and manufacturing places. Industry, a place, you know what they call industry? Exactly. Industry. So that all what they learn in the university, department of different dimension, all of them after final year of university, they are stranded. So now the little idea they have in their school, they will use it now. Some of us are militant. Some of us are Yahoo, professional Yahoo, to make things better, because you lead us Christianity a place to go and we will not depart. We are profession in builders, car, all type of engine, electricity pattern, anything. We are profession all together in Biafran land. But no one among us have free express his feelings for what we learn in the school. So we use the little management. We can do profile profession, because the really industry, president doesn't know the idea. Governor doesn't know how to help the masses. And women are the worst suffer, because they could be in industry and counting the things they manufacture, and they will be paying them daily basis.
Just to document what is being produced.
I mean women's side. But now, women are completely frustrated, because better is man. He can break the house and steal. That is why I'm begging the president and the governor to come back to their senses and go and discussing matter with the white who will give us industry and factories, industries and factories, so that the masses will be busy working and getting their daily bread. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hello, good morning.
Morning.
I'd like your thoughts on the Nation's newspaper that says Emefiele's $6.2 million trial, Buhari's signature forged, says ex-Secretary General.
No, the only thing I have to say about Nigeria, whatever things comes from Nigeria, they are all liars. I don't believe anything concerns Nigeria again, because their lifestyle, I'm tired of their lifestyle, Whatever things they wrote inside newspaper, I can't believe anything there again, because I know that they are always lies.
You've given up on Nigeria?
Yes, I've given up. I've given up on Nigeria. There is nothing Nigeria will represent today that I will volunteer myself, carry it on my head. No. Because I know Nigeria is a scam.
Now, towards this Emefiele's case now, do you believe that Emefiele is actually guilty, or he's not? Because they are linking different money embezzlement trial. Like this one, they say $6.2 million, and we know that it's over how many billion naira?
You know, when it comes to matters like this, all this amount of money, you know,
Very
after all,
huge sum of
yes,
amounts.
I don't know how comes this money comes here. I don't know, so I don't think so that.
But he would
yes.
have embezzled it.
Yes.
But you know, he was the former CBN governor, and that's the first bank in Nigeria, the Apex Bank in Nigeria. So he has access to so many level of amount of money from different banks.
Yeah, yes, he has the access to do so many things on that, but so many things can happen in such a situation like this, you know. Actually, you know as human beings to behave now. Don't be everything they go like tell you to.
Exactly.
Yeah, yes. But we just believe the one we will believe in our own. That is life. So actually, I'm not sure of what
this story,
yes,
right?
yes. I'm
Okay,
not sure.
let's say after the trial now and they find out he's fully guilty, should he be punished, or they should investigate those people that are involved in the case with him?
I will like.
You know that most of the time when, sorry for cutting you short, most of the time when somebody steals money, if you check well, you know that it's not only that person that did it. They have accomplices that join them in doing that thing.
Yeah, I would like the federal government to investigate about it.
Properly.
Yes, properly, yes. I think that is nice.
Okay.
To investigate about it, yeah.
Because this is not amount that should be looked away with.
Yes,
It's a very
yes.
huge amount of money.
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, this is where we come to the end of this program. And yes, we are the streets of Port Harcourt, and you heard what the people on the streets, on this newspaper stand have to say as regards the headlines making rounds on the papers. Drop your comment in the comment section if you have anything to add to it. To us, subscribe, turn on the notification button, and connect with us across all our social media platforms so you get to receive our notifications. My name is Obed Jerry, your host for today, and this has been the newspaper review here on TAP TV. See you next time.